Well, hello. Good evening, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. You know what I'm like with my tech. I'm just waiting for the stream to catch up on my second screen here to make sure that I am here. And it does sound like I'm here according to my second screen. Might have to turn the music up a little bit so that it can be heard in the background. As always, let me know if the music is too loud or not loud enough. I'm here with Bo, of course. Me and Bo are tuning in for our first ever Monday night stream. We've never done a stream on a Monday night before. As you guys know, we normally do a stream on the weekend, most of the time Saturday. Occasionally we've done a Friday or a Sunday stream, but yeah, this is the very first Monday night stream. I was actually going to record my reaction to the last Bricky video today. Don't worry, it's still coming and it will still be up on the channel Wednesday evening, but I'm going to record that tomorrow. And I had some free time tonight, so I thought I would stream this evening. So I'm rambling on a little bit as I wait for everyone to pile in before I say my hellos. But I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you to everyone who has piled in nice and early to show their support. As always, guys, you know what to do by now. Smash that like button so we can get the stream out to as many new faces as possible. That would be much appreciated. So, yeah. Thank you very much. Bo's here, like I said, to say her hellos as well. She's clawing at my face already because she wants a treat. But before we do anything like that, I'm going to scroll all the way back up to the top of the chat box because there are loads of messages in the chat box. I'll get through all of them one by one now. We'll have a little chat about some changes I've made on the channel for the better, and then we'll get cracking with a couple of hours worth of painting. I'm probably going to be able to paint until around about 10:30, 11 o'clock UK time because I have work tomorrow, so I'll need a bit of time to kind of wind down before going to bed. But enough about me. Let's have a look in the chat box here. Lappy, hello to you. Rambler, good evening to Sleety. Thank you very much for coming along. Good evening, my friend. Eddie, thank you very much for popping in. I know that you're normally quite busy on a Monday as he raises his eyebrows. Guess who made herself some delicious tuna, shrimp and olive pizza from scratch tonight? I'm going to assume that was yourself there, Rambler. We were talking about pizza yesterday. Sorry, not yesterday. Saturday. I mentioned I had a pepperoni pizza, so you've kept your word. Keep going down. A couple of you guys talking amongst yourselves about the pizza, which is nice. Average Nomads, thank you very much for coming along. How are you doing this evening? Spoiling us with another midweek stream. I see Rambler already said Monday midweek. Good spot. I can only imagine, Average Nomads, you had a bit of a brain fart when you wrote that message. Eddie says, had a 50-50 shot. Is that 50-50 shot about availability this evening or maybe something else? El Dorte, good evening, lads. You can motivate me painting silver trim on my word bearer. Yes, trim on Traitor and Chaos is always fun, but good evening to you, sir. I hope you're well. By your word, brother. Hayden, hello. Thank you very much for coming along and showing your support. What's up? I hope you're well, my friend. Need a coffee refill. Yap, yap. Loud and clear. Good. I'm glad you can all hear me. Music is fine. Doesn't need to be loud. It'll just drown out the yapping. Absolutely. And who doesn't love to hear me yap, of course? Smash it like you're swinging a mono hammer. Yes, smash that like button, guys. There's a good 10, 15 of you bouncing up and down numbers-wise in the chat. So make sure you smash the like button. Help a brother out. Hi and how? How are you, my friend? Didn't see you the weekend. I'm sure you were super, super busy. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. Yay, word bearers, but also boo, my chapter's sworn enemy. Shake your hand with one and a slap in the other, no doubt. So, but yes, thank you for coming in nice and early, guys. Massively appreciate it. As I explain what I've done to the stream in just a second, I've got a quick question for you. Monday evening, I know you're always working on projects, playing video games, whatever it may be. Let me know in the chat box, what is it you're up to this evening? If you are working on a Warhammer or miniatures project, for those of you who haven't already let me know what you're working on, and I'll go through those in just a moment. So, quick update for everyone. First things first, a number of you have been asking if we can get things like alerts on the channel, and as long as I've set it up correctly, I don't know if I have yet, but we should now have alerts that make noises for new subscribers, people that become members, super chats, gifts and super stickers. So if any of you interact with the channel using any of the above, there should be a pop-up now on screen with your name, and it will give you credit. So fingers crossed that's all done. And for you eagle-eyed viewers, at the bottom of the screen in the very middle, we've got a fancy pants bar now that should update in real time, automatically, all by itself, a members goal. So that's fun. So the stream is being upgraded slowly but surely, as requested by you guys. Right, Bo, down. No more. No. Right, okay. As I mentioned on Discord very earlier, I've got some potential painting competition reveals for you guys. However, you're gonna have to work for it. I do give nothing away for absolutely free. So, I can confirm that for first place in the painting competition that we will be running, I have a prize that I can give the winner of the competition. If you want me to reveal the competition, if you want me to reveal the prize, we need to get 2 new members. Okay? 2 new members. Could be new members, gifted members, and I will reveal what that prize is. If you want me to reveal the start date of the competition, we need 4 members. Could be new members or gifted members. So it's down to you guys. If you want me to make those reveals, it is entirely up to you. And Sleety, thank you very much for the super chat and testing that the alerts work. Good news is I saw the siren pop up under the face cam, so good news. It looks like alerts are working. So any questions, guys, let me know. But like I say, 2 memberships to reveal what the prize is, 4 memberships to reveal the start date, and I will happily do that throughout the stream. So before we get painting, I'll get back through the rest of your messages and then we'll get cracking. So, could be the result of a long weekend or a couple of pints on that midweek. No judges here. Hi, you guys joining in. Sorry if I'm too talky. Had interesting stuff happen today. Less stressy. Good. Hopefully you've had a good day then. It sounds like you've had a good day there, Rambler. I'm fine. Just playing some Wraith and Glory. Nice. I know that's a game you're quite interested in. Had fun skinning the word bearers. I need to finish that army one day. Right, Bo, no more. No. Naughty. Naughty. No. No, no, no. Dog's at it again, as always, guys. As usual. Well, I'm listening on the drive home, then back to painting metal on my Ultras. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I look forward to seeing what progress you have there, Sleet. And thank you very much for tuning in whilst you're driving. Make sure you're doing it safely, of course. I'm planning Wraith and Glory campaign in mind. Nice, nice, nice. Currently working on my Terminators. Currently the body at the moment. Nice. Eddie's doing the dishes. I just paint a word bearer for a painting competition. Already own Thousand Suns. I don't do this trim all again. Yes, I haven't had to go through the whole trim malarkey with any traitor or chaos yet, but it will be something I'd no doubt do one day, especially as I've got some Red Corsairs. When it happens, who knows? I was thinking of peeking into Rogue Trader for a bit, but since you're streaming, I want to see painting process. I'll possibly get my Aquarel paints out, ponder about some hand-painted bookmarks. Nice. You could always play Rogue Trader and stream at the same time. I often, when I game, I'll have a stream on as well. Yeah, why not do both? Got back round to the super chat from Sleep. Yes, thank you once again, Sleep, for the super chat and for testing it as well. Much, much appreciated. I really, really do appreciate it. I wish I could afford to be a member. You're one that I'd actually consider doing that for. Oh, Rambler, that's so very kind of you. I really do appreciate your lovely, lovely words. And all part of just making everyone feel welcome in the community. At the end of the day, the community is for everyone and the hobby is for everyone. And everyone gets on with everyone as well, which is quite nice. So you just being here and watching is more than enough for me. So thank you for your kind words. Didn't get any hobby stuff done today. Was a housework day, despite how not up for it I am feeling. I know that feeling all too well, Lappy. I normally do my admin day, if you want to call it that. We call it an admin day here. We normally do it on a Sunday. We'll give the house a full-blown clean from top to bottom, hoover, washing, you name it. Takes us a couple of hours, always fun. Do a bit of food shopping as well, just kind of get it all out of the way in one day. And then Sleep goes in a customer's car, so I'll be fine. As long as you're able to drive safely. That's the most important thing. Right, guys, so got round to catching up on all of your comments. I know we don't just paint on this channel. We like to have a good old natter as well. Good old chit-chat. But you're here to obviously see some painting as well as a bit of chit-chat. So we've got the two and the only two models from the Armageddon box set that I've actually put some paint on. Obviously the banner knob just needs the banner finishing, but I am rather keen on the old Space Marine. There's still a good amount of details that we need to get sorted on the Space Marine, as in base coats. So we're going to crack on with that. I'm going to put my Ork in the drawer in front of me so it's out the way. And we are going to get crack-a-lacking with a Space Marine. But before we do, like always at the start of every single stream, it wouldn't be a Chappy stream unless I was to tell you that I'm going to be right back and put the the screen up like this, so that I can go get Bo a treat so that she can leave us in peace. So I'll be 30 seconds, guys. Right, come on, have it over there. That's it. There we go. And we are back. we are back. So, no more excuses now, guys. We are going to get crack-a-lacking with some painting. I just need to make sure I pick up the right brush. Okay, that's good. Where is my number 2? There's my number 2. Lovely jubbly. I've still got a whole bunch of gold on my wet palette from the other day. That's what I love about wet palettes, mind. I don't know if anyone owns a wet palette. I know wet palettes aren't everyone's cup of tea, but just to show you, this is the same palette, the same sheet from Saturday when we streamed last. And put the lid on, chucked it in the fridge, and it's ready to go again. So, very, very nice indeed. And we've got my nice number 2 here. My number 2. I liked this brush and this brand of brush so much, and this size as well, that I went to the game shop, the local game shop, and I bought another one. Look, brand new, untouched, unused, so that if they ran out, I wouldn't lose out. Lappy. I made my own wet palette. I done the same thing when I first started, so I watched a whole bunch of videos on like what best to do. And I think it was the Squidmar channel, and the guy said, I've forgotten his name now, the guy that presents it, he basically said that he used like a Tupperware box with a bit of kitchen roll and then some baking, is it baking? Baking tray sheet with the non-wax version, and that's what I was using for like the last, or should I say the first 6 months. It worked absolutely fine. So for anyone who is looking to maybe try out a wet palette, you can actually make one at home for practically nothing, which is always nice. Right, Bo, out the way. Out the way. No. Right. The question is, I need to get my note down. I need to get my reference picture up. 2 seconds, guys. Sorry about that. Of course, I forgot to get my reference picture ready. There we go. There's my reference picture. Nice and ready for you guys. Where are we? So it says here, Lappy, yes, that's what I have done, but the depth of the sides are annoying, so I have a proper one coming tomorrow. Oh, nice. Which one did you go for? I went for the Army Painter one. I know the brand, is it Redgrass? They have a couple of different sizes. I think Redgrass is the most popular one. I think. I might be wrong, but I went with Army Painter. They're my new obsession when it comes to accessories and stuff like that at the moment. Eddie, I still use a styrofoam bowl and a cookie sheet. Nice. I think I remember you saying about that before, actually, that you use something other than a wet palette. And I think that's what it comes down to at the end of the day, isn't it? Everyone has their like preferences in what they want to use. I've never used that, to be honest, but I wouldn't be against using one. Right. Where is my reference picture? Alright, there is my picture. There is my Space Marine. And I need to... I think what would be a good idea is we have to get some silver on this for the sword and the little mechanical bit there on his mask. We also need to get some green on the helmet as well, and then we also need to pick a colour for his eye lenses. We also need to colour in the white on the shield, because as you can see I did go over the edges quite a few times. And then we also need to get an off-white colour for the purity seals, or the script part of the purity seals. And I also realised that I missed the brown for his pouches on his back. So we need to make a decision on... no. Dog's trying to run off with my tissue paper. So we need to make a decision on what we're going to do first. I'm going to do the blue last, actually. The remaining blue bits that I've missed, because I also want to touch up the blue bits that I've missed. Frankie, hello, my friend. Thank you for coming along this evening, or this afternoon in your case, and showing your support. I hope you're well. What are you up to today? Is it another work day, or are you up to something else, my friend? Either way, I hope you are well. Green Stuff World, it was cheaper than the Army Painter one. Oh, nice. El Dorte uses Pringle can lids. Nice, because yeah, plastic, that makes sense. Don't like supporting Green Stuff World. They steal most of their products from other creators. Lappy says, oh really? I was literally about to say the same thing, and I was also unaware of that. No idea that was a thing. Pick a colour for the lenses. This might be foolish, but orange. I would say, because you're the first person to say what colour to do the lenses, I will go with your choice, because I like to get those that are watching involved. The only problem is I don't have an orange. So we're going to have to go with another colour. I'm still only being 6 months into the hobby. I'm still building up my paint collection, and it was only about, I want to say 6-7 weeks ago, I had doubled the size of my paint collection. I was literally using about 12 paints, I'm just reading, and some of those paints were washes. How I managed to paint the models I painted with only that many paints is still beyond me, but mix some red and gold. Okay, yeah, we can do that. We can do... I've got some gold on the palette as well, so red and gold. Frankie, yet still working. Hopefully the shift goes quick for you, my friend. I use red grass wet palette. Yeah, that was the one I nearly got. I was very close to buying the wet grass one, but I had it on my shopping list, and then I just got really impatient, and I was in the games shop and I just bought it because I'm just very impatient. And Green Stuff World will sue you for similar products to theirs. Make that make sense, right? Red and yellow mixed together. Yellow and red then. Oh, everyone's saying the same thing to make orange. There we are. Easy decision. I mean, they're a distribution company. Why is that bad? I think it's the principle of stealing other people's ideas is what people are getting at. Red and yellow, or possibly red and gold. Yeah, we'll do that in just a second, actually. I've got gold on the palette already, so I'll whip some red out. And also, good evening to the Dasco. Thank you very much for coming along and showing your support. I hope you're well. If you have been here before, I do apologise before saying this, but I think you're new to the channel. So welcome. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to the community. Right, I have got some corn. Corn. Albert Einstein did work in a patent office. Just saying. Right. Let's get the tiniest bit of red. Mix it in with the gold on the old wet palette over here. Oh. Need to get some water on that bad boy. And we'll get back to your comments in just a moment, guys. I'm just mixing the red and the gold like people suggested. Right, okay. Oh gosh, I've missed loads of comments. Only turned around for 2 seconds. I'm going to post this here because it's relevant. Green Stuff World faces widespread community consensus regarding intellectual property theft and copying original hobby tool design, including specific controversies over the tube tool, tentacle rollers, and aggressive trademark actions. The Dasco, good to be here. The YouTube algorithm brought me here. Praise the algorithm gods. But no, more importantly, thank you for coming along and showing your support. Hopefully you enjoy the painting. Disclaimer, I am new, so if you're expecting 10 out of 10 top-notch expert painting, you won't get it here, but we do have a good time. I think this is another case of misinformed group. Right, guys. I'll leave you guys go back and forth about Green Stuff World without reading it all out. If you guys want to have that conversation in the chat box, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, like I said, guys, I won't read out all of the back and forth with regards to the Green Stuff World stuff. But if you guys want to talk about it between yourselves, obviously you guys are more than welcome to. Absolutely more than welcome to. I'm not sure me reading it out is going to be very good entertainment. Right, down. Right, no. Right, let's get these... No. Where's the other eye? Oh, there it is. Right, okay. I realise that I've put the paint absolutely everywhere on these eye lenses, which I don't mind because I'm going to be going over it with blue anyway to cover the edges and make sure that it's all within the lines, so to speak. So let's not worry too much. Like I said before, I say it quite regularly, I'm very much a trust the process kind of painter, and I will slap down all of the paint, get it where it needs to go, and then... No! Bloody dog's trying to lick the paint off the palette. No, right, down. No more. Oh, God. Who'd have a puppy, eh? Who'd have a puppy? Thank you guys for making the Dasco feel welcome as well. The best community I could ever ask for. When do you swap from new to new-ish? That's a good question, actually. When it comes to going from new to new-ish to whatever the next level is, do you think those categories, if you want to call it, or those classifications from being beginner, noob, newish, yada yada yada, is it based on skill level and what you've learned, or is it based on time? Because, for example, I typically paint once or twice a week, and if someone can paint more than once or twice, say someone can paint 5 days a week and I can only paint twice a week, over 6 months, the person who can paint 5 times a week, in theory, should be better, right? Because they're painting more often than me. So is it based on time or is it based on skill? How does it work? When can I stop claiming to be a noob and a beginner on my YouTube titles? Right, down, 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 down. Puppy wants the paint too. Yes, yes, she does. I think she might want to chew the mini, actually. I think she thinks it's a toy. And she sees me playing with it all the time, so I think she's like, oh, I want a turn. Your dog harassing you is entertainment. She's the star of the show. She is the star of the show. We should all know this by now, that she is the star of the show. I post my work in process, word bearers, because my attention span is waning, and stop here for today. Nice. I haven't got Discord open at the moment because I need to make sure the running power of my laptop is okay. So anyone posting anything in the Discord whilst I'm streaming, I'm not ignoring you. I will simply take a look after the stream and get back to you then. Hopefully you guys don't mind. It's good for her. Puts hair on the stomach. Absolutely. Licking the paint, I'm assuming you mean. Chaplain JC, I newly painted a light metallic into the eye lenses first before covering it. It gives it a glossy sheen. Nice, because people put the white dot, don't they, in the corners? So that's a good way of getting a good natural effect, I suppose. I might try that on the... I've already painted the lenses now, typically. But it was mixed in with gold, so we might get that effect. But if we don't, I'll try that on the next Space Marine. I've got a couple made up, ready to go for when I finish this one. I think you're already well on your way, classification-wise, Chappie, based on enthusiasm. Oh, enthusiasm? I'm 10 out of 10. Absolutely 10 out of 10. Skill-wise, 4 out of 10. Nah, 6 out of 10. Oh, that'd be a great idea. It certainly is. There are 4 stages to learning any skill. Unconscious incompetence, when you don't know what you don't know. Conscious incompetence, when you know enough to know what you don't know. Right, down, 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 down. Right, next. Right, so I am going to get the Rhinox hideout next. Make sure this lid is closed. And we can block in the remaining colours, base colours on the this bit here that I missed. No. And then I could also do the tassel as well on the back. Brown. Number 3, conscious competence, when you can accomplish pretty much what you want, but it takes effort and consistent thought. 4, unconscious competence, when you don't have to think about it. Nice. Nice. The question is, Eddie, as my unofficial painting coach, where do you think I am at? Where on that scale am I? That is the question. See, 6 out of 10 and 10 out of 10 is already moving on from noobness. Very true. Very true. What I lack in skill, I make up for in attitude. Cobol, how are we doing, my friend? How are we doing? Thank you very much for coming along and showing your support. I hope you're well. What are you working on yourself this evening? I am working on the Ultramarines Captain from the Armageddon box. Or should I say the Space Marine Captain, which I've decided to paint as an Ultramarine, more likely. Most people, except kids, quit at stage 2. Where am I? That's the question. Stage 2, you're starting to recognise where you're lacking and able to articulate that. Nice. So as long as I don't quit now, I haven't fallen into the stereotype of quitting like everyone else, barring kids, as you say. I'm still new to the hobby and I'm only 5 years in. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. It's like it's more opinion, isn't it, really? Let's be honest. I don't think there's an official, like, formula. As to, like, how you class yourself as a noob or an expert or a... Or whatever you want to class yourself as. No. No, no, no. Down you get. Down, 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 down. You can't have the paints. You can't have the paints. Nope. You cannot have the paints. They are not for you to eat. No, they are not. Only 5 years in, LOL. I love the height of standards in this hobby. They are high. They are very high. I think I am stage 3 and have been doing it on and off for a long ass time. That's why the 4 stages are more accurate. They're objective rather than subjective. Absolutely. That's what I was getting about when I mentioned opinion. But yeah, you articulated it in a much better way. I am a 4 out of 10 painter, much better at making poses and telling a story. Have you thought about doing dioramas? Is that what they're called? Cobalt. If you're more of a storyteller. I do like some of the dioramas that I've seen online. They're pretty cool. Moving towards being a character centerpiece type of painter. Dioramas definitely interest me for sure. 100%. Alright, let's get some Rhinox hide down on this bad boy. No. No. Why are you scratching my knees? Huh? Aww. You wanted some kisses, did you? Can you see on the camera? Am I on? Yeah, I am on camera. Yeah. Oh, random question, but not like random as in not related to what we're talking about or what we're doing on stream. So recently I decided to add background music to the stream. I'm using a guy that makes music for Warhammer lore videos on YouTube. The music isn't everyone's cup of tea. I have tried using some suggestions of other playlists on Spotify. However, when I have done, even though it comes up as what they class as copyright-free music, I am getting told off, shall we say, from YouTube. Does anybody know of anywhere I can go, whether it be Spotify, another app, another website, where I can have music in the background without getting told off from YouTube? If anyone knows, down. If anyone knows, can they please DM me with the links or whatever it might be on Discord? I would massively appreciate it. So at the moment I've got permission to use the music that I'm using from the guy, so that I don't get copyright striked and whatever else. Just some chill, some chill background music. Doesn't have to be like real songs. Ow! The dog's just bit my toe. Right, no, Bo, no. Right, where were we? In your opinion, which stage do you think I'm at? Well, of the 4 stages, I would say between 3 and 4. Unless you're asking Eddie. Right, Bo, stop it. No. Is there something under the table? No, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Right, 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds. I'm going to get her toys out, because she's being an absolute pain in the butt. Right, out of the way. Out of the way. No. Alright, where's her toys? Sorry about this, guys. My dog's being an absolute nightmare. I just put all of her toys on the sofa so she can play. Sorry about that. Right, I'm back. I am back. Right, comments. Storytelling in 40k versus important, so kudos Cobalt. I really want to make some dioramas. Yeah, I really do too. So if anyone has any dioramas already, please share them. Eddie says that Hayden's at stage 3. Standards are way higher than when I was learning pre-internet. It was way less intimidating in the early 90s when you had to compare was others at the game table. Very, very true. Very, very true. I want to build a diorama for my new homebrew chapter master, King Borgrius Thane. Probably butchered the pronunciation of that. Apologies. Comparison is the Thief of Joy. Yes. It's a very horrible trap to fall into, actually, that a lot of beginners do, is they compare themselves to like all these amazing painters, and then when they don't paint to that standard, it puts them off. Music is fine for me. Counterpoint is the seedbed of motivation. If you hear Rogue Trader soundtrack, I will crack up. Chappie, better not though, for said... Yeah, copyright issues, unfortunately, which sucks. Also true, it's a double-edged sword. Eddie beat me to it. Cobalt speaking to Eddie for some comparison. Rambler speaking to Eddie. Bunch of comments between yourselves. I'm going to dip for a while. Need to eat some din-dins. Enjoy your food. Whatever it is that you're going to be eating, Lappy, enjoy your food. Thank you very much for coming along and showing your support. If you are able to come back later, great. If not, then enjoy the rest of your evening. So there's a very, very annoying bit of mini that is stuck in a place behind the mini that I can't get to with my brush. Well, I can, but just not very well. Sleety, drive done. Let's get this metal painted. Nice. Hopefully you can get a few hours under your belt. Bit of painting done there, Sleet, after a hard day's graft, no doubt. I know that you put in quite a long shift after our chat earlier. You worked some rather long hours by all accounts. So, gotta have some time to yourself, right? To de-stress and all that. I've learnt that lesson during art school days. They were right. I never compare myself to others, but love feedback on what I can improve. Absolutely. Always good to get feedback. Alright, my dog's finally chilling out behind me, chewing on some of her chew toys. Maybe that's what she wanted. I mentioned to the missus, actually, over the weekend that we were talking about the dog potentially teething, and she hadn't realised, like I also hadn't realised about her teething, and I mentioned that that Chat had mentioned it during the stream. So thank you to everyone for your advice about the dog teething, because we think that you're right. We do actually think that you are spot on with the teething thing. So keeping an eye out now. so that she doesn't chew on everything, you know. I've had dogs when I was younger, you know, when I lived at home with my parents and stuff as a teenager and whatever. And yeah, I remember we had a dog once that would love to chew on the skirting board. Yeah, he would just love chewing on the skirting board, he would. And I've got brown in a place I didn't want to. Bloody annoying. Once I've got this first base coat of brown locked in, I will get back to chat.
That's why Shoe only has kicks to help kids express their style, their way. Because the right pair of shoes can give anyone that stand-tall confidence, from the first to last bell. Back to school at Shoe Kids.
Right, okay, that is the first bit of brain. Locked in, 2 seconds. I've got to go back up to the top now. Chat seems to be getting busier and busier every time we stream. Okay, I need my water jars, brushes and watercolours. Any bookmark ideas for me, ladies and gents? Well, being a chaplain, I would love it if you were to paint, like, shoulders up of a chaplain for your fellow chaplain. That would be nice. Stupid household chores. I tend to rush and get my minis done than spend time of characters and centerpieces. I can slowly improve my average standards over time. Absolutely. Time is the biggest one. Wouldn't say I graft. I'm a salesman after all. Prior to me doing what I am doing now, Sleet, I worked in sales for 15 years, so I know exactly what you mean. Inferno, good evening, my friend. How are you doing? I hope you're well, of course. Thank you for coming along and showing your support like always. What are you up to? What are you up to? Milking Farm Rambler. My wife refuses to get it. Supposed to be really good. Get her some bones. Yes, I will actually. We do need to get some bones. We've got a couple of independent pet shops that sell like loose bits, if you want to call it that. So that's not a bad shout actually. Some of you guys speaking amongst yourselves. Don't think I'll paint anything dirty. What is that noise? Is it just me? Sounded like an ad. It might have been an ad actually from Spotify. Yeah, few others heard it too. Chaplain bust. Okay, yeah, that's the better way to put it. Thinking cap on Ultramarines or some other chapter. Well, as I'm painting an Ultramarine, and they are my starter army, I would love for it to be an Ultramarine. But I know that Ultramarines are like Marmite. They're not everyone's cup of tea. So if anyone else has got suggestions in the chat, but if you're asking me directly, I will always pick Ultramarines. Till I get bored of them in a year and want to paint another chapter. But for now, an Ultramarines Chaplain is my speed. There we are, Rambler then. I've just seen your last 2 comments. It's decided. Let's get crack-a-lacking with the old... with the Chaplain. See what you can come up with. As we're approaching the hour mark on the stream, I think it's probably a good time to remind everyone to not only like the stream. I'm sure all of you have liked the stream already, but if you've forgotten by accident, now is a good time to go ahead and smash that like button. I know we've got a couple new faces in the chat this evening as well, so if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And join Discord, which is free for you new faces. And finally, if you want me to reveal what the first prize is for the upcoming painting competition, we need 2 new members or 2 gifted members. And when I say prize, it's an actual prize. Not someone picking what the homebrew looks like. It's an actual prize. Oh, that's a good point actually. I need to put my headphones in so that if any of the alerts go off, I've got new alerts on the channel, guys. For those of you that weren't here at the start, I have upgraded the stream. You can see at the bottom now that we've got the members goal, a fancy pants one. And I have also added alerts for anyone who is a new subscriber or a member or super chat. Nice little alerts come up on the screen now, which is pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool anyway. There we go. I have just got the headphones in now. Lovely jubbly. I have really sweet metallic pearlescent watercolours with a particular lovely blue that will go hard for Ultramarines. Nice, I look forward to seeing it. Arguably a better idea than mine. Can even do some background above, stretch the shoulders up a bit lower height wise. Yeah, whatever creative freedom you need to create the ideal Chaplain on a bookmark, I look forward to seeing it. It's a Polaroid of Chappa's feet. Nice. I just want a reference picture or more info so I can get to kit bashing your homebrew. Yeah, Cobalt, we're going to be releasing the details for the competition very soon. I'm not going to reveal the exact date because we need members to do that, but it will be very soon, and it will be released on that particular date so that it's fair for everyone, because everyone will get the exact same amount of time to produce the Space Marine for the competition, which will be a 4-week period. Exactly 4 weeks. Everyone will have exactly 4 weeks to build, paint and submit. Bum. The super chat alert, was that the one that Sleety posted earlier, was it? Are you talking about that one? Because there should have been a sound. Sleet. It's black and orange, correct? So predominantly black. Predominantly black. And we can get any old model. So yeah, it can be. It's essentially just a Space Marine, regular Space Marine is what you need to grab. So I think Eddie may have mentioned it on Saturday in the last stream. You know, you wouldn't be able to use like a Captain or a Terminator or a named character. Ah, I got the noise in my ear then. Did anyone else get that? It was like a ring, like 4 rings. Thank you very much, Sleep, for once again donating with a super chat. It is much appreciated. The support is always welcome. Thank you very much. Oh, I heard it in my headphones. Maybe Spotify's music is overpowering the noise, or maybe I need to turn up the sound for the alert. This is all new to me, guys, so I managed to get it all in place after I got home from work. I was playing around with a few things to get them added to the stream. So I will have another play around with them once the stream is done. I can have another play around with the settings and stuff just to see maybe the alert noise, the volume for it isn't high enough, or maybe Spotify is overpowering it potentially. We'll sort it out though. We'll get it sorted. I do appreciate you guys helping me out with the testing of this kind of stuff as well. Yeah, Spotify's at the bottom in terms of source order. I've got all of the only 2 things that are above the alerts in OBS is this and this. They're the only 2 things that are above the alerts. So I think when I created the alerts on Streamlabs, there were options with regards to like the volume and the noise settings, so I'll just have to have a play around with them. We'll get it sorted. We always do. Yeah, so just for context, guys, I will hopefully be speaking with Eddie this week to finalise the final details of the painting competition. We will then announce the start date for the competition, and yeah, well, sorry, we'll announce the start date for the competition, giving everyone at least, if not more, at least 1 week's notice, so that everyone will then know that in a week or so's time, that's when the competition is starting. That's when the details are going to be released, and it's not just the details releasing, being a surprise to you, and you feel like, you know, you're behind or whatever. So we'll give everyone notice of when the details are dropping, and then we'll also do a somewhat of a Q&A, if you will, after the details have released, so that if you guys have any questions, we can go through those questions. Alright, I think this is the last little bit of Rhinox hide that we need to block it in. And then we are good to go, move on to the next colour. There we are. I can't remember who posted it before, but there is a website that gives you like a picture of a Space Marine, and you pick the colours on the armour and the pauldrons, etc., etc. So you're creating that picture of your homebrew essentially. If we don't have a mini painted up to use as a template, then we've also got that. But we could potentially do both. We could have a mini and that picture as reference, so that people can do what they need to do to get the painting competition going. I wonder how many people end up entering. Gonna make it on Space Marine 2. Oh, nice. That's not a bad shout, actually. That's not a bad idea at all. You use that as your reference then, can't you? Very good idea, actually. Sorry, I'm just cleaning, giving my brush a good clean, good thorough clean. If I can do everything I want, we won't need a picture. Nice, even better then. Yeah, if that's something that can happen, then amazing. Have them on occasions. Yeah, no, it's a good way of doing it. Really, really good way of doing it. Just a couple things I need to grab first. Happy days. What we could do then, if you do manage to get it ready in time, is we can take a picture like front, back, side, one from above, and then bring it on stream potentially as well, so that we can have a little like look of it. Not in public, you'll get arrested. I know you said you would reveal later, but homebrewing is more than just a colour scheme. There are specific bits like tabards, candles, tassels, skulls. Oh yeah, we're going to have it all, everything worked out. Absolutely everything worked out. On Saturday we had an hour-long discussion about it with regards to all the symbols, how the colours change and differ per company. We've got lots and me and Eddie have got it, well I say me and Eddie mainly has got it all written down in terms of like the differences between different companies, the symbols, iconography. Yeah, we tried to be quite thorough with it. Yeah, I just realised I didn't put any brown on the tassel at the back. I always forget something. Always. Just need a little bit more brown on there now. The smallest amount. Make sure that's closed properly. A little bit of water. I was on the Game Workshop last night looking at different units just so I can paint something I haven't before. What was you thinking? What did you come across? If you're anything like me, when I do stuff like that, I end up saying to myself that I'm going to go on there to look at something, like one thing, and then I end up creating a list of like 4 or 5 things, and then I can't decide between them. So I end up not buying anything or buying all of it, like an idiot. Hi all, stream on a Monday caught me off guard. Have I missed anything? Yes, Monday Madness, as I called it. Think I might have caught a few people off guard because this is the first time I've ever streamed on a Monday, Darkside Diaz. So apologies if I did catch anyone off guard. I hope you're well, most importantly. Thank you for coming along and showing your support. What are you up to this evening? Please do let me know. What have you missed? Not a lot, really. Business as usual in terms of getting the captain further along in its journey of being painted. We were talking about the painting competition again. We're hoping to get the details finalised this week so that we can reveal the start date. However, if you do want to know what the start date is sooner, we need some new members. 2 new members for me to reveal what first prize is, and 4 members for me to reveal the start date. Some chunky flying boys with dual plasma guns thought they might be cool to do for the comp. Do you know what? The plasma guns, the effect that you can have on the plasma guns, I think is really cool. What colour would you go for? With the Ultramarines being blue, would you do it like an orange, do you think? Because I do quite like the look of the blue plasma effect, but I wouldn't do a blue plasma effect on Ultramarines for obvious reasons. Yeah, orange or red, yellow maybe. Yellow's another good one. Yeah, come to think of it, actually, I don't think I have any units that have got any form of plasma, to be fair. Oh, yeah, how can I forget green, Inferno? Ha! Green is another obvious one. I should know better as well, because I've painted green, glowing green, with most of my Necrons. How did I forget green? Ha! What a sausage. Could do it teal or green object source lighting for plasma. Yeah, object source lighting would be cool. I haven't tried doing that yet. That is something that I do obviously want to learn how to do, though, because I agree it does look really cool when you do it nice. How can you do object source lighting without an airbrush? Is there a way of doing it? Well, is for the homebrew competition. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. What units? Did you say which units? Some flying boys with dual... Oh, right. Yeah. You did say. We have Rikio Spilskin. Keep up good work. Thank you very much. You look like a new person to the stream, so welcome. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming along and showing your support, of course. What are you up to this evening? What are you up to? Inferno says purple. Sleety says rainbow. Right, no more bow. No more. I do green plasma glow for my blood angels. It's a nice contrast. Nice. I need to do plasma. All this talk of plasma now is making me want to do it. Sponge. Oh, you can do it with a sponge. Yeah, that's a good shout. I didn't even think of that. And I've got makeup sponge as well. That's actually a really good idea. I'm not sure if I got anything in the Armageddon box that would... where we could do some object source lighting. I'm not sure if there's any units. Sleet, you've painted up most of the box, haven't you? Or there or thereabouts. Is there anything in the Armageddon box that you could do OSL with, potentially? Yes, you can do OSL with dry brushing. OSL is my next hobby goal to master. OSL can be done with glazing if you are patient. Okay, so there are multiple ways then. That's good. The only reason I asked about the airbrush was because... oh, sorry, my dog keeps hitting my headphones. Yeah, the only reason I asked about the airbrush with the OSL is because every time I've seen someone do it, it's been with the... no. It's been with the airbrush. So I was a bit curious as to the best way of doing it. OSL without an airbrush is hard but not impossible. For OSL, just base in white, then wash in whatever colour glow you want. Nice. Sure, some posted a tutorial for doing on a jetpack. Oh, I must have missed that. It's either that or I've forgotten. There's so much stuff that gets posted in the Discord. I got makeup sponges and now polish brushes for my minis. My family is starting to think I'm fruity. Yes, plasma pistols and jetpacks. Oh, I'll have to try and dig that out. I can't remember it for love nor money. Eyeshadow brushes are the best dry brushes, Cobalt. And sure, you could do it on... oh, the librarian, yeah! That is a good shout. Yeah, the librarian would be perfect, wouldn't it? I'm trying to think if there was any orcs as well. Maybe the weird boy? I can't remember what's on the weird boy now. I know he's got obviously all those like wires and stuff coming off of him, but I can't remember if there's anything that you could do OSL with him. I'm trying to think what units I've got generally speaking, because obviously the obvious one is the plasma guns For anyone who's got a plasma rifle or whatever. Or could you do it on the jump packs? Potentially. I have got so much blue to touch up before we start with washes and shading and highlights, mind. Or I have just saved it on my YouTube, putting 2 and 2 together to end up with 78. Yes, he would work from the wires. Yeah, I thought it might work, potentially. Definitely worth a look. Because I want to try it at some point, right? I'm not sure if you've painted up all your Armageddon stuff yet, Sleep, but if there's anything that you haven't painted up that is OSL potentially, we could try doing it together. Right, down. Work together, learn together. That'd be pretty cool, right? Sorry, my dog wants to play fetch with one of her toys, so I'm like painting and throwing one of her soft toys around the room as she goes to get it. There's a bunch, his eyes, his head, the ends of his mechadendrites. Weird Boy has a little lightning going from his hand to his staff. Oh, Frankie, yeah, I forgot you had the Armageddon box as well. If you've got any suggestions on what you've painted up so far, or any of the plans that you had around OSL for your Armageddon stuff, let me know, because obviously we've all got the same stuff, right? Inside his mouth, in his palm of his hands. I keep going. I'm working on all of them at the moment, not finished any of it yet. Fair. Well, you've seen what I've started on. I'm about 1 million miles behind compared to you lot. Was going to do jetpack for sure and plasma pistols. And that sounds like a good combo. Sounds like a very good combo, to be fair. Yeah, I can't wait now to... The prize is an actual thing now, which is quite nice. Like, it's something that I can actually give to someone. You know? Don't get me wrong, I thought the idea of the person who won getting to choose the details of the homebrew was a good idea. But now that I can actually physically give something to the winner, it makes it a bit more spicy, you know? Plus, the other reason I like... Right, no, down. The other reason why I like that I can now give something to the winner is considering how much this community has given me in terms of support in 1,000,001 ways. I'm actually happy that I can now give back to the community. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy that I can give back to the community. Give back to the community that's been so good to me. And it will be the first of many things, hopefully, that I can give to this community. The amazing community that we have here, that is so supportive. Not just of me, but everyone else as well. Very supportive and kind to all its members. Everyone on Discord, everyone on YouTube chat. Yeah, very, very supportive group of people. So, yeah, I'm glad that I can actually give back to you guys now. Might have a go at added electric to the librarian, which will make it epic. Or I'll have to buy another one, yeah. It's all part of the process, isn't it, sometimes, is taking a risk. I feel a little bit like that with my Necrosauromenta, because it was like my second or third mini that I ever painted, and I just got like so excited that I had this like super cool mini. And don't get me wrong, like I'm really happy with the job that I done. But in terms of like how good I was at painting when I painted Necrosaur versus now, I know I would have done like a way better job. So I'm like, ooh, should I get another one? Sleet, the other idea is you could do what you want to do to it, and then you could always strip the mini. And I got some of that ISO alcohol to strip some stuff when I get round to it. Thinking about it, the Terminator Librarian is the closest thing to an OSL I've ever done. Have you shared it in the Discord, Haid? If you have already, I apologise for being an idiot and not remembering. But if you haven't, you know what I'm going to say. I know you've posted a librarian in there before, but I don't know if that's the only librarian that you have and that's the one you're referring to, or whether you've got multiple. I cannot remember. Trying to pick the right reference pick for that Ultramarine Chaplain is tough. You may see a finished bookmark a lot later. Whenever it's ready, it's ready. Doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there. It's the taking part that counts, as they say, you know. To be honest, if I win, probably won't. Got to have more confidence than that, more positivity than that, Cobalt. But I wouldn't need a prize. Pure victory is reward enough. Oh, don't get me wrong. Prize aside, you know, just being named the winner in itself is always good feeling, right? Real nice feeling. I would also say the Squamar Boys brushes are very comfortable in my hand. Oh, is it the Squidmar ones? Yeah, I watch their channel. They're really cool, man. They're really good. I like their stuff. I do like their stuff. I think they use... Are they using... If I'm right in saying Squidmar, are they the Kalinsky ones that use the real sable hair? Because I want to... Again, going back to what I said, trying everything and using different things. I've only ever used synthetic brushes. And once I get a bit better, once I'm a bit more confident in what I'm doing, I'm definitely going to get myself an expensive brush just to say that I've tried it. I have returned. What have I missed? Not a lot. Just the same old chitter chatter. More of the same from before. It's all good. It's the only librarian I made that I posted in the Discord. Ah, right, okay, yeah, so it is the one I'm thinking of. That was freaking epic, to be fair. I know a lot of other people felt the same. It was a very, very good mini, from what I remember. Right, no, down. Thank you. Old Bo here isn't going as mad now. She's calmed right down, which is nice. And I can hear my son in the kitchen getting some snacks. And now my dog has realised he's got snacks. Where are we? Well, once I have bribed my way to victory, I'll take the prize for sure. Love that. Chappie did a backflip. It was wild. Yeah, off the coffee table. Inferno says, yep. Awesome. Got the synthetic ones they have just brought out. Oh, did they bring out synthetic ones as well, did they? Sleet, the synthetic ones, are they also on their, their website? Because they've got a link to their website and their YouTube, haven't they? Are they on there? Because if they are, I'll go check them out afterwards, because I really like the stuff that they do. They are one of my favourite channels. You're $6 ahead of anyone bribing me, Sleet. I have 2 Kalinsky sabled brushes. They are really old now and still perfect. What did you make of them, Lappy? Are they worth it? What are your general thoughts with regards to the brushes and the quality and difference, etc., etc.? Seen all of those money faces there, Sleet. Thanks, but couldn't have done it without Eddie's help with the runes. As he says, that's what he's there for. The unofficial painting coach of the community. Yes, you said there, Sleety. So yeah, I'm going to assume you meant in reference to the question I had around the website. I'll definitely go check that out afterwards. I didn't know that you were a fan of theirs as well. They've obviously got a massive YouTube channel, like over 700,000 subscribers. They're very popular within the community, so yeah, I'm not surprised that you've heard of them. A lot of people have. Right, I think that is the browns done, which is nice. Ordered both sets, but using metallics, so I haven't opened the real ones yet. How much were they, Sleet? Obviously, I'll see how much they are later when I have a look, but you've piqued my interest now. I certainly spend money just for the sake of it when it comes to this hobby. At the dislike, my wife's dislike even. But hey, my missus, she spends an ungodly amount of money on makeup, creams, clothes, bags, shoes, going out every weekend. So that's how I justify spending all the money that I spend on Warhammer, including all the accessories like brushes, paints, tools. What's the matter, Bo? What's the matter? What's the matter? You want your ball? Your ball's there. Look, it's there. There you go. Yeah, they are great. They are my main 2 brushes I use for painting. Nice. Which ones did you get, Lappy? Because I know when people say, oh, it's a Sable Kalinsky brush, you've got different series, haven't you? You've got like the 7 series, and then obviously dependent on the series will depend on the cost and stuff like that. The reason I'm asking is because I know that there are then sub-brands of Kalinsky, like Da Vinci, for example. there are so many different things that are said online. I need to obviously, when I eventually do take the jump and buy, say, 1 or 2 brushes, if I can be a bit more well informed as to which ones to potentially get, that would be awesome. Inferno got their new Squidmar Mark II paintbrushes. Nice. How are you getting on with them? Are they the sable ones, the real ones, or the synthetic ones that Sleet was referring to? I was watching their stuff for a few years since they did the trade up to a Titan. Yeah, I've seen that more recently. It's from like that 10p mini, isn't it? The little Gretchen or something. Yeah, I don't think I've got all the way to the end yet. I know they obviously get there. Because I accidentally seen the... they're trying to do it again, aren't they? So I watched the more recent one and then realised that there was an old one. So I started to go back and watch the other episodes from the older series. It's really cool. About half the commission from a car sale. Bloody hell. Quite a bit then. The real ones got the full 6 brush set. Nice. You guys are making me jealous now. I'm going to be straight on to the website. If you guys have got any recommendations with regards to real paintbrushes from Squidmar, from wherever, Sleet, whether it's the ones you got or the ones you got Inferno or the ones you got Lappy, can someone please share the details in the Useful Products channel or DM me, because I think sometime in the next month I want to get some good paintbrushes, some proper paintbrushes. I feel like I've been painting long enough now to like a fairly decent-ish standard that I can justify buying a good paintbrush. And like you said, Sleet, I won't use it for like metallics or anything like that. I'll use it for like, you know, my blues, my whites, my browns, my reds and stuff. That's what I would, if I was painting this mini with them, that's what I would have done it with, you know. Sorry, I'm just checking out my reference picture real quick. There we go. Need to get some silver, make sure the lid's closed on the Rhinox hide. It's 10 o'clock, so it's not too late. Can stream for a bit longer for sure. It was like 15 plus years ago, GW did an heavy metal brush tin with 2 sable brushes and 2 pots of medium. And they've lasted you that long, fair play. No, down. There we go. Right, hold on a second. Right, there we are. My stream was going a bit dodgy then, so I had to close some windows quickly, make sure that it didn't crash. Yeah, Lappy, as I was saying, yeah, they've lasted you that long. That's amazing. The commission is not as much as people think. Oh, really? Car sales is one of the only sales industries I've not worked in. I've got plenty of friends that either have or still do work in car sales, though. I know it can sometimes differ dependent on the dealership or the brand, so to speak. we are. My stream was being a bit funny then, so I've just closed a couple more windows on the stream. Sorry about that, guys. I just don't want the stream to mess up. Right, where are we? I get a set of 4 Da Vinci brushes for the price of 2 of the other brands. I like the Series 10, size 2 the best. Ooh, Frankie, please do share that with me in the Discord, whether it be in the Useful Products channel or DM me, because I'm basically relying on you guys now to bring me some recommendations on a good place to start for a real paintbrush. I do love a size 2, and I do also like a size 0. So probably buy 2. So this is my size 2, and I really like that. It does a lot of my leg work. But then I also have a size 0, which I use for the detail, really. Unless it's like really intricate detail, then I use my 3/0, which is tiny, as you can see. So I've used that for like edge highlighting before, and like the eye lenses, even though I use my number 2 for that because it's got a good point to it. But yeah, guys, I am like massively relying on you guys to suggest and make recommendations for the 2, I want to say 2 real paintbrushes. Yeah, a size 0 and a size 2 is a good place to start. Inferno says, put it in the Discord. Awesome. I will check that out once we're done on stream. You guys have given me a whole bunch of stuff to do now once the stream's finished. I'll be sat in bed now flicking through my phone for hours. Be knackered for work tomorrow. Dark Side Diaz even, sorry. Golden Maple Sable brushes are quite affordable on Amazon. Nice. I'll be checking those ones out. Just for anyone feeling FOMO, I use a $5 synthetic size 6 for most of my work. Yeah, Eddie, to be fair, it's one of those where I might end up using a real brush and then just feel like it's not worth the money. Because to date, I've made sure that I've bought decent-ish synthetic brushes and they haven't let me down, so we'll see. We'll see. The verdict for me, at least, because everyone's different, isn't it? You know, some people prefer to use real, some people don't see what the fuss is. I need to experience it for myself. Like a lot of you have, the recommendations that you guys are making, you guys have all, you know, tried both. So I also have some horsehair brushes, better than synthetic, but way cheaper than sable. Like a good in-between then, I suppose. James Shrimpton, in 11th edition for Death Watch, you are only allowed to have 4 troops in per battle line, not 6. I'm still familiarising myself with the rules, but James, thank you very much for coming along this evening and showing your support. Always a pleasure to see new faces. What are you up to? What are you up to? Couple of new faces here today, so if you're feeling a little bit nice, feel free to subscribe. It's absolutely free. Smash that like button as well for all you new people out there. Check out the Discord as well. It's absolutely free. We've got a super collaborative community. We share all of our work in progress minis, and everyone shares advice, gives tips. Very, very nice community indeed. So for any of you new faces, smash that like button, subscribe, check Discord out, and of course, if you haven't already checked out memberships and you want to support the channel a little bit more, feel free to click that join button and see what it's all about. And maybe you can help with that target of 2 new memberships to reveal what the prize is for our upcoming painting competition. Sleety, 125. Is it $125 or euros? So not real money like Monopoly cash, but that is for 11 brushes. Just over £10 a brush, £11 something, which isn't bad. That's not bad when you think about it at all. What Once I've messed these up, I'll try another brand till I find what I like. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Just trial and error, trial and error. And please do share the results as well, because, you know, that helps other people in the community, me included. I just go to the store and look at brush tips and then make my choice. Most brushes are fine until you get it too caked. Yeah, until you're in the thick of it, you never really know whether they're any good or not. I steal dollar brushes from my mum. Also, whenever you get a chance, you could check your DMs. Yes. 2 seconds. Cobalt, I will get back to you. I just read your DM. I will get back to you after the stream is done. I will answer your question. Even if they are too caked, they must beg. Just become washing brushes. Yeah, I've got the first brush that I ever used, the starter brush that I got with the introductory set, is now my wash brush. It's gone to the graveyard of bad jobs, shall we say. The tips of synthetic ones tend to end up curling after a while, I find, whereas natural fibre ones can be straightened out easily if they ever do curl, but rarely happens. Yeah, I think I don't know if you can see it, but this one, the tip, yeah, can you see that? It's just starting to curl a little bit. But generally speaking, I can control the tip quite well, even though it is starting to curl, and the body of the brush is still quite nice. Oh, that's a good tip, Ed. I'll have to look at that. I still haven't gone through the whole washing my brushes properly. I need to get on the case. I've got the alcohol. Oh shit! That's not good. It's as if there was a bunch of pressure built up then, just like as if it popped. That's annoying. Feel like I've wasted a bit of paint now. Epoxy thing. Right. So I'm just cleaning up this mess that I've just created now, after the bottle just like semi-popped. And then we'll get these silvers down on the old sword. Hayden says that he seconds that. Yeah, this is why I want to give it the old try first. I think I'll buy 2 brushes to start with, and then see what the verdict is, and if I want to go back. I've still got all my synthetic brushes, so I tend to use cheap ones for everything except fine detail. That's when I feel like the wicked sharp tip on a Kolinsky. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. I might end up doing the same. You know, it might be that I end up doing the legwork with some synthetic brushes, and then when it comes to like the I don't know, the final touch-ups to make it look creme de la creme, use a good one. It's a good way of doing it, actually. It's a good approach. Nice blended approach, I suppose. Ha! Hearing that old shit brought me immediately back from another tab. Yeah. As I took the lid off the silver, it was like... I thought it was going to squirt everywhere. Inferno says, I third this. It's like the boot theory. Cheap ones get replaced more often, whereas expensive ones last a long time. In the end, do you end up spending more? Yeah. That's a very, very good point. Rambler is replying to what Lappy said. So is Eddie. Yeah, there we are. Right, let's get the silver down on this bloody sword. There's way more silver on my palette now than I wanted, but hey ho, it is what it is. There's an advert on Spotify in case anyone is wondering what that talking is. I'm just letting you know because I know you guys brought it up last time.
I could tell you that checking your facts and making any claim to the HMRC Act felt like this. But I wouldn't go that far. Although it is easier and it will make you feel that little bit more.
Yeah, just reading your comments there, guys. I know, like I always say, don't need to read every comment out when you're talking amongst yourselves as such. Bum 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 bum. Oh, what's happened to the music? Let's have a ganders. Oh, right, okay, we've got the next one. Cool, 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 cool. If you feel any resistance on the dropper bottles, straighten a paper clip and jab the nozzle to clear the blockage. Otherwise, it explodes everywhere. I know. Ah, yeah. I would... What I did with this, though, is I was shaking it, and then as I took the lid off like this, it just sort of like popped there, as opposed to like me squeezing it the other way around. But I know what you mean. If you squeeze it, and then the top pops, excuse me, all the paint will come out then, won't it? Which is something you'd rather avoid. His toilet playlist started judging by the by the gasp. All those dodgy apps that I've got. I thought his missus was talking. Yeah, it was a bird that came on the advert as well, wasn't it? Ha! I find silver goes over black better than white. Do you agree? I don't know. This is the first time I think I'm painting silver over... Oh, no, actually, tell a lie. I painted silver over the... some of the Ork, didn't I? So... I don't know, actually. I don't know. It's a good question, though. Now that you've mentioned it, I'm trying to think, because the only other silver that I've painted over black was when I did my Necrons. Because I didn't do any silver on the Tyranids. Not that I can remember, anyway. I know what I'll try on Thursday. Bring on a day off. Nice, nice, nice. What's the general overall plan then for your day off, Sleep? Sounds like you're going to be doing some painting. Aldar, how are we doing, my friend? Hello and good evening to you, sir. I hope you're well. What are you up to? What are you up to? As always, thank you very much for coming along and showing your support. Much appreciated. Things I didn't think I'd snicker at today. Avoid popping the top and jam paper clips into the nozzle. And always poke out your dropper tips from the inside out. Otherwise, you just push dry paint into the tip where it will clog again. See, every day is a learning day. I didn't know any of this, guys. You guys are teaching me the ways, so that I don't mess up my paints, which I'd be rather frustrated with, to be honest with you. Non-metallic metals. Nice. Nice. You'll definitely have to tell me how you get on, show me how you get on with that, because I know that can be a tough old cookie, that. And if you can master that technique, then fair play, because I know it's a tough one. Oh, that's a good question for everyone. Do you prefer to use, or do you prefer the look, should I say, of metallic paints or the non-metallic metals technique? What is your preference? And why? And then I suppose to second that question, yeah, which do you prefer the look of and why? And then which do you prefer actually doing yourself and why? Because they are very different things, aren't they, when you're watching someone else do it to doing it yourself. YouTube notifications fail me once again, but what else is new? Yeah, that's why I try to post in the Discord as well. That way I know it'll get through to as many different people via various methods. Non-metallic metals is still something I have yet to try. It's on my list of things to learn. Same, Lappy. Absolutely the same. You'll know when I've posted my swords in normal metallic. Nice. I look forward to it. Inferno says metallic paint. Okay. I want to try it. Fair. Hopefully it comes out well for you. Eddie says it entirely depends. Cobalt says we could have a non-metallic metal competition after the homebrew. I do have a number of ideas around competitions moving forward. I suppose with regards to sort of future competitions and how regularly we run them, it's going to come down to a couple of things really. Firstly, we don't want the enjoyment of participating in a competition to wear off by running them all of the time. So I think by running them every so often, the anticipation and the looking forward to it and the taking part is better if they're every so often as opposed to all the time. But it's a good idea though, because it's a difficult technique to learn and pull off. Lappy says, yeah, I think it's dependent on the model and the painting style. Yeah, I agree, actually. That's a good point. Because I suppose not all models will require that level of detail and the look that you're trying to pull off. All good, thanks. Just chilling at the countryside. Nice. There are worse ways to spend your Monday evening for sure. Hayden says metallic paints because it looks metallic, and second, I don't know to do non-metallic metals. That'll do it. That'll do it. I like non-metallic metals for single models or characters. I would hate to do it for an army. Yeah, the grind of doing that for say like 40 models would be woof. And if you do that, then fair play to you. Fair play to you. Metallic paint because I'm lazy. No shame in that. No shame in that, Darkside. No shame in that at all. Think a pro doing it looks amazing, but I'm looking forward to a strippy sword. Nice. I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like, my friend. Right, go on then. Right, we've got the first coat down on the sword. Next up is the mechanically bits on his breathing, or what looks like his breathing apparatus on his helmet here, which is good because dog's trying to play fetch with me in the living room. There we go. Again, I'd much rather get the silvers in now, because I can then get my small brush out to finish the blues off afterwards. I promise you guys this will look good. I know it looks like a bit of a mess right now with all of the paints overlapping. Just realised now I need to see where... yeah, there we go. I'm not going to be able to reach that bit there. Right. He's got a little skull on his forehead, which was painted in gold, but I'm going to do it in silver because I like to be different. Lovely. There we go. does that look? Can you see the little dots? Oh yeah. Right, sorry, I was like proper locked in then. Mr. Barrel. It's so annoying when stuff like that happens. Cobalt's talking to Eddie. Eddie's replying. Lovely progress on the paint so far, coming together nicely, chappy. Thank you very much, Rambler. Much appreciated. Getting a fair bit late here. I think I'll drop off and get some sleep. Good night, you lovely lot. Well, thank you very much for coming along this evening, Rambler, and spending your time with all of us. It's much appreciated, and even more so you supporting the stream and the channel. So thank you very much for showing your support, getting involved with everyone, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Get a good night's sleep. Thank you very much for coming along. Take care and stay safe. Notice that some of your comments are to each other. The Emperor protects. Sister Rambler signing off. Good night, Sister Rambler. Take care. There we go. I don't think... Ah, yes, I remember now. The skull on the back. Inferno, are you shooting off as well, my friend? If so, thank you very much for coming along and showing your support as well. It's always much appreciated. Thank you very much for spending your evening with me and the gang. Not only supporting me, but helping out in the chat too. And if you are shooting off, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night and sweet dreams, my friend. I won't be that far behind everyone, to be honest with you. It is just gone 10:30 here in the UK, so I'll stream for a tad longer, and then we'll see. Right, no, down. No. Typical dog now. As soon as I want to finish up what I'm doing, she starts being an attention seeker. Yeah, I'm going to have to take the dog out for a quick little toilet break soon, so get the rest of these metallics locked in and then probably call it a night. If you haven't done so already, guys, make sure you have dropped a like on the stream. I know you guys are pretty good at doing it, but just in case you've forgotten, drop a cheeky little like on the stream. And then if there are any new faces still hanging around, I know we always have lurkers. If there are any lurkers, new lurkers, or new people generally speaking, why not subscribe? If you've enjoyed the stream and you've enjoyed the company in the chat, why not... Ah! And now I'm being attacked by Bo. Starting on your Intercessors squad tomorrow. Nice. Is that the Intercessors squad from the... Nope, from the Armageddon box? Right, Bo, down. Down. No, no, no. Yeah, sorry. Is that the Intercessors from the Armageddon box? Or did you get it separately from something else? Dog is so fluffy. Yes. Yes, it is. She is mega fluff. That sounds creepy. Shy people much better. Spam those emojis for Bo in the chat, my friends. Oh, headphones are going to fall out. No, I didn't get the Armageddon box. Wish I had. These are from the Dark Angels Combat Patrol. Oh, why didn't you get the Armageddon box set? I know it's expensive, so that would be the obvious answer. I know for a lot of people, spending like 180 odd quid is a lot of money. So I do get it. Bo, no. Alright, if you're thirsty and panting so much, why don't you go and have some water, silly? I've not long filled your bowl up. Oh, the lurkers thing, yeah. The lurkers thing was news to me, actually. I didn't know what the term meant, lurkers, until I started doing this. And then someone told me that sometimes people just put a stream on in the background. They don't comment, they don't get involved, they just lurk. So I've embraced it now. But yeah, it is. It can be perceived as creepy for sure. Sleety spamming all of the Bo, Chaplain and Mrs. Chaplain emojis in the chat. Just what I like to see. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Excuse me again. The paints I bought at the Combat Patrol was the same rough price as the Armageddon box. Damn! You must have got a lot of paints. Nice. You must have hell of a collection. I wish I had that many paints. I really do. I've got about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 25, 28 pots. I'd say probably 20 of those are paints, and the rest are... I've got, what, 5, 6... Yeah, and I've got 8, like, washes as such, and then Llama Medium. I got the Intercessors sprue for pretty cheap. Everything else didn't really interest me. Oh, as in you bought the Intercessors sprue from the Armageddon box, like, separately from someone, is it? I must interact with the stream. Yeah, no, I'm the same. I am exactly the same. Even when I say to myself, oh, I'm just going to put something on in the background, I'll never put like a stream on in the background if I'm just putting something on in the background to chill to. Like if I was like painting, say, or doing something where I wanted something in the background, it would never be a stream. If I put a stream on, I'm putting a stream on so I can interact with it. Bo, no. No. Stop it. Blake? Yeah? Can you see if she's gone to the toilet for me, please? Because she's nagging me like hell, bro. Can you give her just a small treat? Just one. Or two tiny ones. Doesn't take much for me to give her a treat, does it? I spoil her. It was all the stuff I needed to do the Howling Griffins. Nice! The good thing is as well though, once you're done with the Howling Griffins, if you do have paint left over, because I'm sure there'll probably be some paints that you use more than others, you've got that for the next thing that you use then, isn't it? So it'll all get used, regardless of how much we spend on stuff. Obviously I use some of my colours more so than others, and I know that it'll all get used eventually. Yeah, sleep. Yeah, you'll have some sort of interaction at least, won't you? Even if it's minimal. At least you'll have some. Right, no, down. Down. No. Right. She has curled one out on your pillow. Can you imagine? I'm now looking round to see if there's a big old pup on my sofa. I think I'd smell it. But that would be just my luck with the nagging. Yeah, although I do have a very big collection of paints. I've said it before and I'll say it again. For those of you that have been around on the channel for a while, Eddie especially, he knows what I'm going to say. If I had a dedicated workspace, I used to say this like 10 times a stream, every stream. If I had a dedicated workspace, I would definitely have a much bigger collection of paints and a much bigger collection of everything in general, to be honest with you. Because at the moment, it's all stored in a cupboard because I use my coffee table. So every time I stream, I'm having to take stuff like in and out. And that in itself takes like half an hour to get everything set up. I have 80 paints arriving tomorrow because I think I have a problem. It's a good problem. Are those the paints that you were talking about the other day in Discord? Which ones did you end up going for in terms of brand? I think you said it was it Pro Acryl and Vallejo? Right, Bo, no more. No. Naughty. No. Naughty. I'm having to tell her off now because she's not listening. Plus I use Games Workshop paint because it's what I've always used and I'm afraid of change. Fair. I used Games Workshop for the first 3.5-4 months and I watched lots of painting videos and tutorials like most people probably do, and I'd just seen that lots of other people use various different brands, so I wanted to try it out eventually. My local game shop, they only stock Games Workshop, the Army Painter, and Vallejo. I think they've just started stocking another paint. I can't remember which brand it is. And they do primers for all the brands I've just mentioned, but they've just started stocking Colourforge primers as well, which I know are very popular. So I do want to give Colourforge a go at some point, because people do speak quite highly of it. I do wonder sometimes how quickly I'd get my minis painted if I didn't stream, because I do talk a lot and interact with chat a lot. Not that I'm saying that that's a problem, it's just a curiosity of mine. The stop starting, you know, I wonder if it would make, how much of a difference it would make if I was to just sit here and slam it out. I wonder if I'd have finished this model by now, in fact. Both Vallejo and AK to see what they are like. Yeah, you'll have to keep us posted, because I haven't used any of those yet, apart from one Vallejo paint, which is the one I'm using now, funnily enough. Then we'll keep what I get on with. Yeah, absolutely. Trial and error, my friend. 90% of my paints are still and will continue to be GW, but I don't like dropper bottles. I have to say, using dropper bottles versus the GW pots, I do prefer the dropper bottles. Ease of use, the lids go on nice, the little ball bearings that come with it. There's a couple of like 0.2 mils more paint in the Army Painter pots. Little things, huh? Do you ever paint not on stream? No, I don't. No, I've never painted off stream before. I've assembled off stream and primed off stream, but never painted off stream. Whenever I get time to paint, it's with you guys. To be honest with you. When I find ones that are just objectively better, I'll swap Army Painter yellows, Pro-Acryl whites. It's a good way of looking at it, yeah. You got to do what you got to do. That match the GW stuff, yeah. Spoken like a true streamer. Yeah, no, it's genuine though. Like, honestly, if I was just to be painting on my own, not on my own, if I was to just be painting, like, why not stream it, you know? Why not stream it? I do want to look at the Vallejo True Metallics. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Look. That's why I got this. To try it out. Because I heard amazing things about it. I did try to get a Vallejo Gold as well, but they had run out in the store. And then I was like, well, as I'm trying Army Painter paints, I may as well try a metallic Army Painter paint as well. So I got the bright gold paint. So that I could try one of each, you know? You could learn to multitask and talk and paint at the same time. I could. I'm getting better at it. Slowly. Just bought a couple of blue Vallejo True Metallics for a new project, though I have had the silver before. Ooh, blue metallic. You'll have to let us know if that's any good, if it's nice. But the coloured metallics really pop. Yeah, I've seen the red one. The red one looks freaking awesome. Bo, no. Down, no. Off the tissues. I couldn't care less about the dropper bottles pots debate. I just want good paint. Oh yeah, if it came down to picking paint, I would much prefer to pick it based on the paint being good as opposed to whether or not it comes in a dropper bottle or regular pot. That's just a preference. The Army Painter paints that I'm using now is just I got those to test them for what they are as opposed to the dropper bottles. But you could, you know, if the bottles are that much of a like deal to some people, which I assume they are for some, you can always transfer the paints, right? If you really wanted to. It'd be a pain in the arse, but you could. Or should I say, I imagine it would be a pain in the arse. Skull Sorcerer, evening. Sorry I'm late, just got back from work. Oh, no need to apologise, my friend. We all have responsibilities. Thank you very much for tuning in, even if it is late, and showing your support to the channel. I hope you're well. Are you about to tuck into some Warhammer yourself? England works just mad at the moment. I can imagine. Someone recommended the scale 75 gold, so I grabbed them too. Oh, nice. I've not heard of those ones. There's so many brands though, isn't there? Good mad or shit's on fire mad. Yeah, they're very different, aren't they? So, right guys, it is coming up to 5 to 11. I've got to sort my dog out. I've got to sort my kids out. Then I've got to sort myself out, ready for work tomorrow. So I am going to call it here. I do apologise for anyone who's either just tuned in or tuned in not so long ago. But as always guys, whether you've watched the stream for 5 minutes or the whole 2.5 hours, whichever way it is, massively appreciate your support and your time too. So thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't liked the stream already, now is your last chance to do so. Please do smash the like button. It helps get the stream out to new people. If you are a new face around here and you haven't subscribed already, please do consider subscribing and joining the Discord. And if you do want to support the channel beyond watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, there are memberships available. No pressure to do so, of course, but there is a button just underneath the video if you fancy doing so. But like I said, thanks to absolutely everyone that has tuned in this evening. Spent some time with me, spent some time with some of the following community members, spent some time with Bo, of course, as well, as she gets spoilt rotten. But most importantly, guys, enjoy the rest of your evenings. So thank you very much. Take care, stay safe, and keep on painting, folks.